Today we're going to be building a little trailer that goes behind your bike. After looking at some stuff online, I found they're quite expensive for what they are, and I don't really love the designs. So the idea is to take some stuff that I found. The victim is this guy here. It was a complete bike, I already disassembled it. Basically, we'll have one wheel in the back, and then we need, this is the bike up here. So, what we need are two pivot points in this direction, and a second pivot point which lets it basically come in and out of the page for when you turn. To create one pivot point here, probably out of the bottom bracket, out of this thing. The second pivot point would be here, and for that we're going to use the headset, this part. And then we need a system to connect it to the axle of the bike. I was thinking to use the fork and connect that on the rear axle of the bike. And with the fork you have also these little lock washers, which I've lost. Come on. So, small lock washer. What it does is basically the little tab goes in the hole and it locks your axle, right? Then to connect it here to the headset. And because this is going to want to turn down this direction when you put the load in here, we need something to counteract that force. So I think we'll make a little kind of moment's arm here that grabs onto the chainstay. That's the plan. So here I'll probably put this little fairing. Let's get started. Alright, tomorrow is now today, and before I get started we're gonna do a little update on where we're at. So we got this bottom bracket headset thing ready. Frame is starting to take shape. So the goal for today is to get the back wheel aligned here on the axle. So I think I'm gonna get started with that. Looks pretty good. Day 3, we're nearly completely out of welding gas. That's not gonna get us very far. New gas. So I had to think, and this thing here is a little bit heavy. I think instead I'm going to use one of these Heim joints. If you would focus. Probably this one here actually. Then have a pin that goes through it. So basically the Heim joint will be on the bike and the pin will be on the trailer. Here we have the little attachment mechanism that I've come up with to replace the original idea. The little pin is going to be for the Heim joint, like this. By the way, I welded up the whole frame. I didn't bother recording it because I'm not sure you guys want to watch 40 minutes of welding. Something you gotta look out for when you're welding closed tubing like this. If you have nowhere for the air to escape from the middle of the tube, because this one is fully closed on this end, it's also fully closed on this end, so inside it's sealed. And when it heats up inside, if you burn through it, it's going to kind of explode out a little bit, and you're going to need to resharpen your tungsten. What you can do is drill a small hole somewhere to relieve the pressure inside while you're welding. Right, here we are, the first test fit up of the system to attach the trailer to the bike. Okay, the piece that connects the trailer to the bike is finished. Well, I've tested this thing out with a bit of load in it. And what everybody probably, if you made it this far, would have already been able to figure out is that this isn't going to work so well. Problem is, our joint that allows the trailer to tilt is here. And therefore all of the weight, or half of the weight if you have it loaded, is here and the other half is on the wheel. Problem with all the weight being here is that this little arm causes basically the whole bike to kind of tip backwards, because if you load this up a lot it's going to pull the front of the bike up. That's not good. I tried it out yesterday. I took a case of beer back to the shop and it worked fine, but it's not great. What has to happen is this pivot point here has to move to the axle. So basically the weight has to be distributed evenly between the rear wheel and this axle, instead of between this pivot point and that wheel. So I think we'll stop this video here and make a part 2 where I take this pivot point and move it to this axle.